हेलो फ्रेंड्स, केजी क्लासेस में आपका स्वागत है। आज हम आपको पीवी शैली के शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर के बारे में बताएंगे। क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट, राइट ए शॉर्ट नोट ऑन शैली एज ए रोमांटिक पोएट। आंसर, शैली बिलोंग टू द सेकेंड जनरेशन ऑफ द रोमांटिक पोएट्स। ही वाज एन आर्डेंट बिलीवर इन फ्रेंच रिवोल्यूशन एंड सोशल रिवोल्यूशन। एज ए होल, लाइक ए रोमांटिक पोएट, शैली वाज cosmopolitan in outlook. He loved the whole humanity. Most romantic writers were dissatisfied with the present. They wanted to escape either to remote past or dreamy future. Shelley is a dreamer soaring high in the sky, in the air, or seeking an escape into an ideal utopia. He returned his eyes to ancient Greece. Also, he formed a new world of beauty and wonder in the myth of classical myth. All romantic poets, with exception to none, were the lovers of nature. So was Shelley a lover of nature. He loved nature with all the glow of a lover. He talked to her as to a human companion. He found joy and peace in her company. Shelley is a romantic poet because he upholds the romantic poetry theory of poetry, which lays stress on imagination in comparison in region to region. To Shelley, poetry was an expression of imagination. It was a divine act to him. The poet is a divinely inspired being, a seer, blessed, a legislator. Unacknowledged romantic poetry is subjective to in note. Shelley ignores objectivity. Most of his lyrics are expression of his self, his experiences, and his sorrow. He gives up the 18th century objectivity of the neoclassicist. This diction and style are romantic. He has a consideration for the senses. Last but not least, his melancholic nature, his dissatisfaction, his agonies and sorrow, which find expression in his poetry and make us say that his is truly romantic poetry. Next question, write a short note on Shelley as a lyric poet. Shelley is a lyric poet par excellence. A.C. Bradley, Lewis Carmichael, Campton, Ricketts and Hudson have called him the greatest lyric poet of England. His lyrics are subjective, passionate, spontaneous, and universal like those of the other lyrics poets. They have remarkable ease and music. Shelley was like an echoing harp across which all the winds of inspiration played. Swinburne called him a perfect singing god. In his lyrics there is an expression of his intense feeling. In them the lyric impulse burns slowly for a time, then flares to heaven in a rush of flame. His thoughts, words and deeds all sing together. There is also a large variety of subject in his lyrics. No praise would be excessive for the ecstasy of feelings, the lightness and grace, the felicity of praise and the verbal magic of such poems. For example, the skylark, the cloud, the sensitive plant, ode to the west wind, a lament. Famous critic Kajamian point out Shelley's lyricism in incomparable. In no other do we find the perfect sureness, the triumphant rapidity of this upward flight, this soaring height, the super terrestrial quality as well as poignant intensity of the sounds which all from these aerial regions. There is in his lyrics an ever-waiting energy. His lyrics are also remarkable for their mastery of form. His lyrics have an emotional ecstasy. The song of Prometheus Unbound are marked with emotional feeling of joy. नेक्स्ट स्टेंजा है वो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है राइट ए शॉर्ट नोट ऑन सेली एज ए पोएट ऑफ नेचर. ऑल द रोमांटिक पोएट्स आर ग्रेट लवर ऑफ नेचर एंड ईच ऑफ देम रेंडर हर in his poetry in his own distinctive and natural way. Shelley is also a lover of all these phenomena of nature. He was the one who loved desolate rocks and caves, the fury of storms, lightning and thunder, the waves dancing fast and bright, and the lightning of noontide ocean flashing round him. Certainly he loves more the indefinite and the changeful elements, the fiery and the dynamic aspects of nature. He pictures and presents nature in its different moods. Sometimes he pictures nature in close association with human affection, and sometimes he represents her in an absolutely detached and unconcerned way, as if he were a scientist interested in objective analysis of the beauties of nature. He presents the objects of nature, often personified nature for him a animate full of life, movement and energy. Whereas Wordsworth spiritualized nature, Shelley intellectualized her. He believes that nature has an intelligence of her own. He uses nature for symbols for his own thoughts and emotions. The west wind becomes the symbol of Salian revolution, a destroyer and preserver. Most frequently, he uses nature as a magazine of images. His treatment of nature in scientific as well as philosophical, mythical as well as human, his nature poetry is sometimes marked with a note of optimism. If writer comes, can spring be far behind? This attitude towards nature varies according to his mood. Therefore, there is a marked dualism in his philosophy of nature. In his nature poetry, there is also pantheism, the theory of that all nature is expression of universal spirit. The poet identifies the spirit of nature with the spirit of love. Next question है write a short note on Shelley as a philosophic poet. Although answer है though a romantic at heart, Shelley was an ardent lover of the Greeks. Since his student days, he had a keen interest in Greek literature and philosophy. Like Plato, he conceived of supreme power which is at once immanent and transcendent, and which moves through all objects of nature and human life. The spirit, according to Plato, is the governing spirit of the universe. Like Plato, Shelley was vividly conscious of the universe, of the world, and of all life. This conception of soul and immortality of soul was essentially Platonic. Like Plato, he believes in the doctrine of pre-existence. Like Plato, he shows his faith in the fact that when one soul reaches heaven after shuffling off its mortal coils, it had chance of communion with other souls who had reached earlier to the kingdom of heaven. In 25th stanza of Adonais, the Platonic faith is very well represented. The inheritor of unfulfilled renown rose from their thrones, bolt beyond mortal thought, far in the unapparent Chatterton, Sydney, Lincoln, oblivion. As they rose, shrank like a thing reproved. In Prometheus Unbounded, Shelley represents the moon and the earth as living spirits endowed with intelligence of their own. They are bound together by the force of love. The moon circles round the earth, gazing an insatiate bride on the from every side. Next question is write a short note on Shelley's symbolism. Answer: Shelley was the manifestation of something beyond any tangible object. He followed the Platonic concept that the visible world is only a shadow of a higher world. In order to speak about that world, Shelley had to use symbols. The use of symbols created a kind of vagueness on his poetry. The symbols used by Shelley are those of veil, which does not allow us to see the eternal spirit. This veil is referred to as a dome of many-colored glass in Adonais, as mortal frailty in Queen Mab, and in the revolt of Islam. It is veil itself which hides nature and truth and liberty and love. The struggle between good and evil is symbolized by the serpent, and the eagle serpent occurs again and again in Shelley's poem. In Prometheus Unbound, Jupiter is the symbol of all evil and tyrannical oppression, and Prometheus represents the noble forces of liberty and reason. The fall of Jupiter symbolizes the fall of evil. Poison, scorpion, the moon, the stream, and boat are also Shelley's favorite symbols. Poison expresses spiritual evil and corruption. Scorpion stands for evil. The rise of the moon enables the poet of Alastor to see the cavern in the cliff of Cassius into which his salve is swept by the current. Thus we see that Shelley uses symbols to represent his revolutionary and mystical ideas. Through these concrete symbols he tries to express his abstract ideas. But his symbolism is not extensive, deep and evasive like those of the modern poet of French poets. Next question is write a short note on the limitation of Shelley as a poet. Answer: Shelley's poetry has evoked most ardent enthusiasm in some readers and equally powerful repulsion in others. Despite many wonderful and praiseworthy characteristics, he has been criticized by many critics on account of certain limitations. Matthew Arnold described him as a beautiful and ineffectual angel beating in the void, his luminous wings in vain. The latter critics, including T.S. Eliot and F.R. Lewis, have practically repeated this criticism in a different language. He has also been condemned as a visionary of utopian dreams. D.H. Harding, in his book Shelley's Poetry, has gone up to the extent of saying that Shelley's poetry is nothing but emotional outpouring devoid of thoughts. Many of his poems has been compared to sub-Hollywood exercise. The main complaint against Shelley is that his poetry is thoughtless and he is incapable of effective reasoning and the intellectual control of his emotional outpouring. These images and metaphors are hollow and he is never free from the tutelage of Godwin. This poetry is naturally peopled with vivid abstraction and phantoms and forms of the spirit and dreams. This language is unsubstantial and vague because his dreams are high, and vague because the future of dream itself is vague. Vague. Much of his poetry is filled with the tender melancholy of moonlight. He loved that the world is still half blind to the highest bardic character. The difficulty with the bulk of criticism directed against Shelley lies in the application of a standard which is not valid in respect of his poetry. Thanks best. No, sorry. अब इसकी ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन बताएंगे। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, पीवी शैली वाज बोर्न ऑन, आंसर अगस्त 4, 1792। क्वेश्चन, in 1810 Shelley went to, answer University College Oxford। Question third, 1811 Shelley published a pamphlet entitled, answer The Necessity of Atheism। Question, Shelley met a beautiful lady of 16 years and married her at Edinburgh in September 1811. The name of the girl was, answer Harriet Westbrook। Question, Shelley died in, answer 1822। Question, Shelley is one of the most famous, answer Romantic poets। Question, Shelley exhales verse as a flower exhales fragrance, who comments, answer Captain Rickett। Question, Shelley is a beautiful and ineffectual angel beating in the void his luminous wings in vain, who comments, answer Arnold। Question, as a lyric poet, Shelley is one of the supreme genius of our literature, and the readers will do well to begin with the poems which show him at his very best, who comments, answer William J. Long। Question, how many stanzas are there in Adonis? Adonais, Adonais, answer 55। Thanks, best of luck।